And greetings, everyone, and welcome to Buzz for Good, where we talk all things nonprofit, the people they serve, and the good they do. And today, I am buzzing about this fantastic musical collaboration between two nonprofits in Southwest Virginia. The first being Friends of the Blue Ridge, which spans the Blue Ridge region of Virginia and North Carolina, headquartered in Roanoke, along with the Glencoe Mansion and Museum in Radford, Virginia. This collaboration, called the Glencoe Sessions, is the brainchild of Radford's very own Addie Levy, a bluegrass phenom who now splits her time between her hometown and Nashville. The next Glencoe Session is happening Friday, October the 4th, starring the youthful and exceptionally talented bluegrass group Pythagoras out of Johnson City, Tennessee. More information at BlueRidgeJamboree.com. Today, I will be chatting with Addie Levy about her vision for the Glencoe Sessions and preview some of Pythagoras' music. But first, I am Michael Hemphill, creator and host of this radio show, Buzz for Good, as well as the TV show Buzz that airs every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. on Blue Ridge PBS. We also are now increasingly on Alabama Public Television, my hometown, where we've been working for about a year now, producing various episodes for Alabama Public Television, starring different Birmingham, Alabama area nonprofit organizations. We have all of our episodes, regardless of whether they're in Alabama or Virginia, on our YouTube channel at Buzz for Good. That's Buzz, B-U-Z-Z, number 4, Good. We are also on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, even TikTok, all at Buzz for Good. Now, our 52nd episode of Buzz just premiered on Blue Ridge PBS, starring Children's Assistive Technology Service, a really inspiring and impactful nonprofit organization that provides mobility devices, assistive technology for special needs families. Families who need this equipment to help their children who are born with cerebral palsy, hydrocephalus, genetic mutations, Down syndrome, and so on, to give them the best opportunity to thrive during life. And so I highly encourage you to go to our YouTube channel at Buzz for Good and give it a watch. You will be incredibly inspired. But for now, let's learn more about the Glencoe Sessions from the pride and joy of Radford, Virginia, Addie Levy. All right, and it is my pleasure to welcome here to Buzz for Good, the illustrious Radford's very own pride of Southwest Virginia, Addie Levy. Addie, hey.
Hi.
Addie, share with me what was the inspiration behind the Glencoe Sessions?
So I played a house concert series down in Wilkes County called the Key City Sessions, and it was an intimate concert series that they have pretty regularly, and it was such a beautiful place to have such a small room with the audience really engaged. And I knew that our area in Southwest Virginia needed something like that to showcase all the different aspects of traditional Appalachian music. So I came to Scott at Glencoe, and I've grown up attending Glencoe for their history camps, and my grandmother's on the board. So I've grown up going there my whole life, and I just know what a beautiful space that is. And I thought that this would be a perfect space to have an intimate concert series. And so we worked with that, and then we got with Friends of the Blue Ridge, and we all kind of put this brainchild into the world. And so now we're on our second session out of four, and they're going to be running through December.
Love it. All right. So we want to talk about, for those who don't know, what is Glencoe Mansion at some point in this conversation, but uh, who is next coming up on the Glencoe Sessions?
So we're doing different aspects of like the music. So we had some old time and blues last month, and so this month is bluegrass. So we've got a bluegrass band coming in called Pythagoras. So they're based out of Johnson City. So they all go to East Tennessee State University and study bluegrass music and traditional Appalachian studies. Um, and they're awesome. They just put out their first EP, or yeah, I think it's an EP. And I mean, they're all great people, and I think this is going to be a great show. And in that kind of room, like their music is great, and it's just going to be such a great intimate concert. And I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, these concerts, I mean, they're no more than probably 40 people are going to be able to be in
Mhm.
attendance for these. So it really is a chance not only to listen to the music, but to really be able to interact with the musicians who are just, I mean, among the tops in the region, right?
Absolutely. And it gives the artist opportunities to really connect with the fans and gives audience members a chance to become those fans and to ask the questions. And like we kind of have it set up to not like really a question answer time, but like we're really encouraging that kind of communication on stage and like bringing those people that have, taken the time to come out to the show and know what kind of setup of like a small concert and for them to really, interact with each other and make a connection and a bond.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the first one that we did was back in September, and that featured Jim Lloyd,
Hmm.
who is just a spectacular musician and storyteller, um, and from Rural Retreat, Virginia. And then next Friday night, that would be October the 4th, we have Pythagoras, kind of a young artist, right? And then
Right.
November 1st will be the next one, and that's featuring Earl White. What can you
Yeah. So
tell me about Earl White?
he lives out in Floyd, Virginia, and he's an old time musician. And so he's, pretty involved in the old time scene out in Floyd. So, which is like, traditional string band and fiddle tunes and the traditional dance music that started in this region.
Yeah. And what I love about the program, the series that you've put together, is that it really represents, not only the diversity of age, because you have Jim Lloyd, who's kind of, north of 50,
Grown.
grown. You've got Pythagoras, a bunch of young kids who are still in college. All of them are white, but then you have Earl White, who is African American, older as well. And then you have in December 6th, the final of the Glencoe Sessions, at least this go around, is
Mhm.
featuring you and your trio from Nashville called Domino.
Yeah. Yeah, we're really excited. My friend Cole Ritter and I have been playing music together for about a year, and then we've got our friend Bailey coming in and playing bass for us for that run. Um, our friend Luca, who usually is in that group, is playing the Ryman that weekend. So
Ugh,
I
no,
know
no. Well, I'm sure Bailey's great, but
he's fabulous.
I had the opportunity to meet and listen to Luca back in the spring when he was here. What a spectacular talent he is. I will miss him
Oh,
just on a
absolutely.
personal level. But
Oh, for sure.
Bailey's good, right?
Oh, he's awesome. We just did a week at Dollywood with Bailey. He's one of my favorite bass players in Nashville. But I guess if the Ryman Auditorium calls, you have to listen. I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's right. That's right. So those are the circles you're operating in Nashville. I mean, you're
Yeah.
working with musicians who are literally doing anything and everything uh, all over the place. That's spectacular.
Yeah, Cole just played the Ryman as well with Sierra Farrell. Um, and I've been having a pretty busy year with a lot of travel,
Yep.
and some exciting stuff. So I'm very blessed to be surrounded by people that really inspire me all the time and push me to be the best musician that I can be.
I love it. Well, you certainly inspire us here. So once again, joined here on Buzz for Good by Addie Levy, uh, Radford bluegrass phenom, who is now in Nashville and performing all over the place. And she has coordinated the Glencoe Sessions at the Glencoe Mansion and Museum in Radford that are taking place the first Friday of every month from September. We've already missed that one, but then the next one is coming up October the 4th, featuring Pythagoras, a young bluegrass band, all students at East Tennessee State University. And you can find out more information about that concert at blueridgejamboree.com. All right, well, let's take a moment to sample some Pythagoras. And here is Simplicity.
I went up to the city and found someone to love till she took all my money and said she had enough. Where the living is fast and nothing seems to last, I can't tell the difference from the present or the past. The dancing is free, but I've lost my way to see that this city doesn't belong in simplicity. So I think I'll move along. $1 and I smoked to my last dime, but the harvest is near, dear, and the water is fine. So take me, oh take me to a world that can't be seen, where the truth and the lies sit somewhere in between. The dancing is free, but I've lost my way to see that this city doesn't belong in simplicity. So I think I'll move along. How long is too long for I should catch a ride to the mountains or the lowlands, a place where I can hide? So I saved up my money and I bought a rocking chair, and I rock and roll on my old banjo till the frost hits the air. The dancing is free, but I've lost my way to see that this city doesn't belong in simplicity. So I think I'll move along. The dancing is free, but I've lost my way to see that this city doesn't belong in simplicity. So I think I'll move along.
All right. Tell me about why or what makes Glencoe Mansion so special. What is the Glencoe Mansion?
So I'm not the historian, but I will give you the spark notes that I think I remember correctly. But Glencoe is one of the historic homes of Virginia, or of Radford, built by one of the generals from the Civil War, and he married into the Radford family, who, you know, the namesake for Radford. And they
Right.
built this home, and it has been preserved and turned into a museum there in Radford, and really showcases like Civil War history and the history of our area. It's connected with the Mary Draper Ingalls statue that's down there as well. And just as a great showcase of like Radford's history. It's a beautiful home. I've always looked at like how gorgeous it is. And the acoustics in there are just going to they're just perfect for this kind of concert series. And so it is really like the dream setup.
Yeah, right. And so this is done in partnership with Friends of the Blue Ridge. So I know I could share kind of how this partnership came about, but from your perspective, how did this Friends of the Blue Ridge partnership come into being?
Well, I was playing the show that we had down in Asheville that you all put on, and we all went out afterwards to hang out, and I brought up that we were starting to look at this concert series, but our grant fell through. And so we wanted to, work with some people that really help showcase Appalachia. And it just happened to be I was out with some favorite people from Friends of the Blue Ridge,
You're very-
and everything just kind of fell perfectly.
Yeah, yeah. So For those who don't know about Friends of the Blue Ridge, it's actually headquartered in Roanoke, Virginia, but serves all of the Blue Ridge region of both Virginia and North Carolina. So starting up in Waynesboro, Virginia, all the way down to Asheville, North Carolina. And the mission is to basically build better communities throughout the Blue Ridge region. And so one way that we were trying to do that was to expand into the New River Valley of Virginia. And then here Addie Levy comes along with this brilliant idea to do something in the New River Valley, which was at the Glencoe Mansion and this Glencoe Sessions. And lo and behold, so Friends of the Blue Ridge is kind of the underwriting sponsor and supporter of these concerts. And we are not only presenting them in person, but you could also tune in to the live stream of each of those sessions on Friends of the Blue Ridge Facebook channel, as well as Glencoe Mansion's Facebook channel. And we're going to be recording them and then playing them or broadcasting them later on Blue Ridge PBS. So various ways to watch, but the in-person experience is certainly the preferred experience. And so if you want a ticket, go to blueridgejamboree.com. Your ultimate goal for these sessions is what?
I think it's just to bring some light to how culturally rich our area is. Floyd, Virginia does such a beautiful job with showcasing either the talent right here in the area or like from Appalachia and bringing in people that are doing it professionally and touring. And that's kind of what we have a mix of for this concert series, is showcasing people from our area and people that are doing it professionally that really have grown up in this area or are steeped in bluegrass and traditional Appalachian music. I called it my like rampage this year when I got home to Virginia, and I stayed in Virginia a couple months over the winter, and I'm there, back and forth right now with my family. And it just shocked me after living in Nashville, and there's live music every 30 seconds everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's crazy to me that Radford specifically doesn't do a lot to showcase that. And I want to bring that to our area and have an accessible show that really is to, show off our region. I love country concerts so much. And I love all, playing at the breweries and all the wonderful establishments that we have in our area, but to have a venue that's really showcasing original music and historical music in our area, I thought was really important for us to have. So I'm really glad that we get to do that.
Yes. Well, Addie, thank you so much for coming on to Bus for Good. Thank you for coordinating these Glencoe sessions. They're spectacular events, only about 40 seats per session. So if you want to see it in person, you need to buy a ticket ASAP at blueridgejamboree.com. So good luck in Raleigh. Hope the flash flood warning doesn't impact you too much. It's nasty this week.
It's looking pretty bad outside. I was supposed to fly to Florida, and that didn't happen.
Okay. All right. Well, we will look forward to seeing you next Friday night at the Glencoe Mansion for the second Glencoe session featuring Pythagoras.
Absolutely. We'll see you there.
All right. And one more song from Pythagoras, which will be performing at the second Glencoe session on October the 4th at Glencoe Mansion in Radford. Here is License to Steal.
Meant to be there till the end, but you had made your plans to take what was mine. I had to go far away, so you took his loving hand. You turned your back, no reason and no rhyme. Not quite a liar, but you caused this whole ordeal. We broke apart, you stole his heart with no license to steal. See quite right, it was ignorance, but now I'm full of rage. Saw your plan by the end, all while you played innocent. You turned your back, but I can't turn the page. Not quite a liar, but you caused this whole ordeal. We broke apart, you stole his heart with no license to steal. Nothing's changed, you still fill me up with rage. It's been building up inside me for so long. Someday I will return, 'cause I think it's time you learn that there's two of us, but room for only one. Not quite a liar, but she caused this whole ordeal. We broke apart, you stole his heart with no license to steal. Not quite a liar, but she caused this whole ordeal.
All right, and that will do it for today's Buzz for Good. Thank you so much for tuning in. I invite you to stay connected with us throughout the week on our website, buzzforgood.com. That's buzz, B-U-Z-Z, 4, good.com. You can also stay connected with us through social media, our Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, even TikTok channels, all at Buzz for Good. Until the next time we get together, I invite you to continue being a buzz for good for your communities and supporting the nonprofits that work each and every day to make the place where you live even better. Bye now.